Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Cantina Social Hour Friday night. Welcome, welcome. My name is Victoria. You're watching Cantina Social Hour, episode 182. 182. I'm never going to go back and rewatch all of those, by the way, but brand new toys, my friends. Lots to talk about tonight. Coming off the heels of San Diego Comic Con. Lots to react to, lots that I saw in person that I want to tell you about. Some of the coolest things that I saw. And I want to talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day, which I saw yesterday. No spoilers. It's fantastic. It is great to be here, you guys. What is up? Thank you for being here on Friday night, our traditional evening. Social hour from now on is back to Friday nights as normal, for the foreseeable future, at least. And I'm very excited about that because that has always been like our night to do this show, Friday night. So Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific, every week, unless otherwise specified. And there will be things, of course, that come up because that's life, right? But yeah, as long as you guys are tuning in, we're gonna keep going. So make sure you're tuning in, please. Otherwise, we're not gonna do the show anymore. It's that simple. But yeah, thank you guys. I hope that you've had a great week. I hope that you found something to get excited about at Comic-Con. We're going to talk about all that. And we're going to have a good time doing that. So appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you. And yeah. What is up? So you can probably see I'm in a little different area of the collection room. When I did my big collection room overhaul that was completed like early last month, or this month rather, I'm getting ahead of myself, early this month. I kind of got it to a spot where I could kind of change the background to whatever I want it to be. Do I want Mattel and Kenner Jurassic Park and dinosaurs? Well, I can go over there. Do I want Indiana Jones and vintage Star Wars? I can go over there. Do I want the vintage collection? I can go over there. Do I want Hot Toys and 6 scale and in art and that stuff? I can go over here. Do I want my Cantina and some of my other 6-inch collections? I can go over there. Or do I want to be in the corner where I have a little bit of both, some Hot Toys, 6 scale stuff, and then also some other things like my Ghostbusters and Batman 12 scale items? I can go over here in the corner. So I put myself in the corner. Yeah. So anyway, cool. Let's go and see who is in the chat. No guests tonight. It's just me. You guys are stuck with me only tonight, so sorry in advance. And but yeah, hopefully we have a good time. We may go a little shorter than usual just because I am by myself, and to talk by myself all night long is kind of a challenge. So it'll be mostly we're going to try and keep things a little bit tighter than usual if we can. No promises, no guarantees. Anyway, we're here now, so let's see who is in the chat, and then we're going to talk. I also have an announcement for you guys. I don't think you're going to be very excited about it, honestly, but I have an announcement nonetheless. All right, let's see who is here. Dodgson was the first in the Cantina tonight. Hello, fellow Cantinians. Good to be back maintaining the soda fountain. We appreciate you, Dodgson. We sure do. And let's see here. Adam, our moderator. Greetings, Cantinians. Check your blasters with me, please, and enjoy this night of good, clean villainy. That's how we like it. Good, clean villainy only. Let's see here. Just reading through the banter. Char the Unicorn. I hope everyone is doing great. Dodging the weather, heat, and the toy. Hi. Heat from SDCC. Absolutely. How's it going, Charlie? Good to see you. Cheers. Pico B1. What's up, Pico B1? Good to see you as always. Good evening, my fellow Cantinians, and hello there. He said hello there. Just like this guy here.
Hello there.
Let's see. We've got... Ooh. Rick, what's up, Rick? Good to see you. Britt. Hello, Britt, the bookkeeper. How's it going? Please don't look at my receipts on toys I've spent lately on, because yeah, don't look at those, Britt. Just ignore those. Put them over in the stack, and I'll sort them later. Interesting conversation. Yeah. All right. July through November. What's up, Jason? How are you doing? Good to see you. Let's see. Sci-Fi Dude, what's up? Sci-Fi Dude says TVC times 19. We'll talk TVC, don't worry. Welcome. Is Victoria on or running late? Okay. Have we ever started the show on time? It says 7 p.m. When have we ever started at 7 p.m.? Like right on time? Come on, Charlie. You know how this works. I got to be fashionably late as always. Thank you, Chad. I appreciate that. I had a nice Hasbro interview. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Let's see here. There's our friend Mary. How's it going, Mary? Good to see you. Metron 1973. Hello, how are you? Thanks for hanging out. Shelf Scenes, what is up, channel member Shelf Scenes? We appreciate you, Shelf Scenes. Thank you for hanging out with us this evening. In art was disappointing for 6 scale. Yeah, they were. We'll talk about that too. Thank you, Britt. I appreciate you. Yeah, don't even look at those receipts, okay? Don't look at them, please. The answer is always yes. Yeah, that true. You guys know me too well. How long have we been doing this? 182 shows. 182 shows. We're still here. Britt says a queen is never everyone else is simply early. I like that logic. I'm going to adopt that from now on. Me? Late? What? Huh? Cool. All right. Well, I got a mini Coca-Cola tonight. One of the mini ones. Is that all that it is? Shelfstein says, watching this stream as I paint the action versus Rada, mustard yellow to resemble the OG Kenner job. I love that. What was your favorite thing at SGCC, a toy or a Hall Age announcement? Yeah, I have that lined up. We'll talk about that in just a bit. While we're waiting, should I turn on the Ecto one? Let's turn on the Ecto one just for a blip. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to have to kind of make a little bit of a change. Excuse me, Mr. Ghosty. All right, Peter, come with me. I'll set you over here for just a moment. Let's turn on the Ecto one. I don't think I've ever turned this on camera, so let's. All right. Thank you, Ecto one. Thank you. I know. All right. It'll turn off in a minute. We don't need the sound going all night, though. Anyway, I think the camera is trying to focus on the Ecto. There we go. Who are you going to call? Call me. No, don't, please. Unless you want to. Anyway. Don't wake up any ghosts. Yeah, you guys know the drill. They're hiding. They're around here somewhere. All right. Anyway, yeah, if you have a ghost, call me. I can definitely deal with it. My Ghostbusters figure is back there too. My Hasbro selfie series. What a name, that selfie series. All right. So I have an announcement for the 16 of you that are here. 16? What's going on tonight? Is it because I was late? No, I'm always late. Can't be that. All right, let's see here. So I have an announcement for you guys. So those of you who, a lot of you know that I love music. I used to be a musician. I used to play a rhythm guitar in a band. I used to write a lot of music, record music. And all my life, I wasn't really passionate about music, and it's something that just really inspires me, and I love, and everything. Like I'm always surrounded by music. 2 years ago, nearly, we released an album called "Sounds of the Cantina." You guys remember that album? I know a few of you bought it. The stats say at least 3 of you bought it. No, I'm just kidding. But so yeah, so I released an album called Stanza the Cantina, and basically the purpose of this album was for the last 10 plus years, I've been using my own music in my YouTube videos and my live streams and my podcasts. And I had the thought, like, why don't I just put the music out there? And a few people were asking, like, I'd be interested if you made that available somehow. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make an album. I spent a long time putting this album together, and I released it in 2024. And Sounds of the Cantina has, I think it had 10 songs on it that were all music from the show. I went and remastered everything. I extended certain things, and I completed certain things that weren't like 100% finished. And then we put the album out there. Leading up to the album's release, we put out a few singles to the album, and it came out at the very, very start of December 2024. Tonight, I am pleased to announce that after some serious consideration, lots of thoughts, lots of pensive moments of, do I have time for this? Is it going to be worth it? If the first one didn't do a chart on the Billboard 200, is it going to be worth it to subject myself through to this scrutiny once again? And well, yes, it is. So I'd like to announce tonight, this evening, that I am going to be releasing Sounds of the Cantina Volume 2. I don't have a release date quite yet. I'm aiming for fall 2026. Is that going to mean October, November? I'm not sure. I've been back in the studio working on this second album, and it's sounding good. When I did Sounds of the Cantina Volume 1, I actually did not put all of my songs from my YouTube channel and my podcast and all that on that album. I had songs that were left over. So some of that is going to make its way into the second album. And there's also going to be some newer songs that you've heard over the last year and a half that were released after that album came out, as well as some other new stuff I've been working on. So Sounds of the Cantina Volume 2, announcing it tonight, will be out later this fall. And the good news is that it's about 3/4 of the way done, since I am, just utilizing a lot of stuff that I already had, and also taking time on some new stuff. And you guys know the sound. I kind of aim for a bit of a dark wave, like 80s synth pop sort of vibe. There's going to be some of that, but it's also, I feel like it's kind of elevating. It's branching out a little bit to the next phase, if that makes any sense. There's a little bit of experimentation going on, right? I know you guys like experimentation, so that's going to be on the album. It's not a song title, by the way. But there's going to be a couple new singles released before the album. I'm hoping to get the first one out possibly by mid to late August, hopefully. And then the next one will be following up for Halloween. You guys know I like my spooky vibes in my music, and we're gonna have another, like we had Night Wolf last year. We're gonna have a follow up to Night Wolf for Halloween season. So anyway, I know like two of you are probably interested in that news, but I just thought I would share that tonight. So I hope that that's at least useful in some way. Tell us more of your ghost stories. We should do another Halloween show, but yeah, briefly, let me I was with my mother in Texas. I went to go visit my family 2023. It was March 2023. And we went to the cemetery where my grandfather is laid to rest, and spent some time there. And I just kind of sat there by myself, just spending some time. And then when we got in the car to leave, we were literally like driving over the threshold from cemetery to street. I get a text message on my phone. Now, this isn't really a ghost story, but it's interesting. The minute that I crossed over that threshold, I got a text message from an unknown number, and it said something along the lines of, so nice to speak with a calm and sweet person today, or something like that. And I still have the text. I can go back and find what it said verbatim, but it was along those lines. So just an interesting thing. I mean, life is interesting, right? We don't know everything. Adam says, I own that album. Thank you, Adam. I know you do, and I appreciate that. Britt says she jams it in her car. I'm just curious, what are you guys' favorite songs in that first album? Or what's your favorite song on that first album? Has it changed? Is it still the same? Thank you. I appreciate the support there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. The chef has returned back to the kitchen. Can't wait to see what you'll cook up this fall. Maybe one of these nights we can do a preview, like a little preview of a couple of songs maybe. I'm really excited about one of the songs, honestly, because it sounds nothing like the other ones that I've done. Yeah, very experimental. Ooh, okay. So this is a good question, Britt. Will the Jurassic stuff be on it? Would you guys like me to release the Collect Jurassic World theme song on that album with me playing the acoustic guitar? And I could do that. The reason I didn't put on the last album is that it did not fit the vibe of the album. I felt like it was just too far of a stretch in a different direction. So that's why I left it off. I mean, I could put it on the new one. I still don't think it would fit, but I could. I own the rights to that song. Let me know what you guys think. Charlie says, you got an A side and a B side songs, iTunes. Yeah, you can get Sounds of the Cantina anywhere you get your music. Spotify, Apple Music / iTunes. Do they still call it iTunes? I don't think they do. Anywhere you get music, you can get those songs. Just look up Victoria's Cantina. They'll come up. My only disappointment is that it is not Sounds of the Arctic Band. That is a deep cut. If you know, you know. I still, you know what? One of these days. Victoria Beyond. Thank you. I appreciate that, you guys. When is the Arctic Batman review happening? Yeah. We'll schedule that for never. Hello, Keys to Benz. How are you doing? Great interview with Hasbro. Thank you. Another Halloween special. We could do a Halloween special. I'd love to do that. Yeah, I'd love to do that. Arcade Ace was one of my favorites. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I like Arcade Ace. I think it was a fun tune. Do I have it here? I might have it here. Let me see. I never deleted them from StreamYard. Oh, here's. Just leave it on as background music. Let's see. Victoria, have you considered doing a live song creation stream? No. I don't think I would do that, only because I don't think my creative process would really allow for that to be productive. When I make music, I have to be like closed off from the whole world and just in that zone. I don't know that I would. I mean, I could try it, sure. I don't know that I would be able to make anything meaningful. When I'm making something, I hope that it's meaningful, right? That's not really up to me to decide, but I hope that it's perceived as being meaningful. Be a separate track. Yeah, the bonus track. You can buy the early, the pre-order. 17 decimal information. Do it. 17 decimal 28 says. He says to do it.
Do it.
Britt says, I love that theme, so I'd be happy to have it on there or as a single. That might work better as just a separate release at some point. I missed that show, Collect Jurassic World. That was a fun podcast. Come on, Tim. We need to bring that back sometime. Even if it's like a one-off, like special show. That was a fun show. Fighter Jet, Clone Witch, Pearlescent. Yeah, those are fun. Those are all fun. My favorite on that album was Cybernetic Dreams, I think. It's funny because when I look at the stats, like the ones that I would expect to be the more popular songs on that album are not the more popular songs. Like just looking at the number of streams for each song, some of the ones that I wouldn't expect are actually get played more, which is fine. Brent 1973, how are you doing? Brent says Arctic Batman was my first Batman action figure ever. Special place in my heart. That is cool. That is cool. I still don't have that figure. Sci-Fi Dude says, what is your favorite band? I love how we're just like going off onto a tangent now. That is a hard question for me. Can I give you? Shoot. That is really hard. That is really hard. I mean, when I think of bands, I'm gonna give you three. All right, I'm gonna give you three. These are just off the top of my head. If I were to sit down and write it out, they may not be the top three, but I would say No Doubt, Green Day, and probably maybe Foo Fighters. I don't know. It'd be something like that, or Pearl Jam. It'd be somewhere in that realm. 90s rock. Let's see. I've gotten very into Disco Star. Yeah, Disco Star's fun. That's the opening theme music for the Vintage Collection podcast. Very 1970s influence because that's when the Vintage Kenner line started. Arcade Ace. Leave it on. Leave it on. Do you guys like the background music? I don't usually leave background music on, but I could. Yes. Love this 80s montage best. Yeah, definitely. Best. That's my era, the late 80s, early 90s. Like kids these days, man, they just don't know. I have no idea. They'll never know. Reminds me of when I was young. That's cool. Cybernetic Dreams is also super nostalgic for many reasons. Thank you. Correct answer is The Cure. I like The Cure too. Do you like 70s punk bands? Of course I do. Of course I do, Charlie. Great picks, especially No Doubt. Yeah. Saw them at the Sphere in June. It was amazing. It's amazing. Would you be interested in someone made the Batman from 2004? I would collect the crap out. 2004. I'm trying to think. What Batman was in 2004? The animated show, right? That's what I think you're talking about. Right? Led Zeppelin. Grunge. Hell yeah, grunge. Is your dog snoozing? Yes. Can you guys hear? Aw. Yeah, she's in her doggy bed. It's below my desk. That is so cute. Listen. Okay, that one was my stomach, but listen. I love her. My dog is the best. My dog is my favorite thing in like the whole universe. Like honestly, like if I could pick one thing, like this, I love my collection, but my dog is my dog. Like that's right here. Animated, yeah, right on. Doggy snores are comforting. Isn't that weird, right? Like they are kind of comforting. It's in a strange way. I don't know what it is, but yeah, they are. Since we were throwing out fade bands, I'm a great big Tears for Fears fan. Yeah, oh yeah, they got some good stuff too. Then Jazzing, Teasing, animated Batman figures, Poison Ivy. Yeah, they do have some Batman the Animated Series stuff. Yeah, dogs are the best. Totally peaceful, Adam says. One of mine is snoring under the coffee table right now. Love it. Well, let's go ahead and get into, we can do more Q&A in a little bit, but let's go ahead and get into SDCC post-mortem. Post-mortem. Could they not have come up with a term that was a little less macabre than post-mortem? I think post-mortem, and I'm thinking of like after an autopsy, like okay, the liver weighs this. There is evidence of Adam. No, I don't know where I'm going with that. um, yeah. So anyway, you guys, San Diego Comic Con is always a blast. This year, we had the press badge, so very grateful to San Diego Comic Con International for providing that to me. That enabled me to go anytime I wanted to the full show every single day. And uh, of course, we're covering a lot of stuff there, and we're talking to people, and there's a lot to do. So very busy, I would say, and this is an observation others have seemed to agree with, is that for whatever reason this year the exhibit hall was like more crowded than it's like ever been, at least in many years. Because I go every year, and it was insanely crowded. I mean, I love going to Comic Con, but the thing is, I could do without such heavy crowds because it was just like walking like that. And then if you buy something, you're carrying a big ass bag and you're holding it like this, and you're just trying to, oh, sorry, people are crashing into you, crashing into the bag, and it's it's a challenge, but that's part of the experience, right? Is getting together with a bunch of other like-minded nerds and geeks and dorks, and all of them are really cool people, of course. But just crowding yourself into this exhibit hall that has so many exhibitors all over, so much to see, you cannot see it all, you cannot do it all. And just like taking in the whole experience. And if you're like me, it's sensory overload because it's just like, whoa, costumes, people. Oh, is he dressed as a Spider-Man? Oh, is she dressed as a Wonder Woman? Oh, what is that costume? Oh, wow, look at that up there. Like it, and then the booths and trying to get the merchandise and trying to get in line for the merchandise. Oh, the line is capped. I can't get in the line. Got to walk around. It's going to take me 10 minutes just to go 100 feet in a circle. Oh, line is still capped. Oh, I need a wristband. Oh, where can I get one? Oh, they're out for the day. Oh, well, when can I get one? Tomorrow morning. I'm not going to be here till the afternoon. Comic Con is crazy. It's not for the faint of heart. It really is not. You would think something like Comic Con, innocent enough as that would seem to be, convention for comic books and movies and merchandise and TV shows and books and all that. Like you would think that that's easy to do, but it's not. It's complicated. It's really it's a chore. Comic Con is a chore. So needless to say, every day I was very exhausted. Not so much physically, actually. It was more mentally, just overwhelmed by everything and all the stuff and people and trying to see everything, get photos, and like, oh, I can't get a photo because somebody's in my way, that kind of thing. Or I'm in somebody else's way while I'm trying to take the photo. But I had a blast. It was very, very busy. So Wednesday, I didn't go Wednesday night for preview night because I had to go Thursday morning. Thank you to Hasbro for inviting me to the preview breakfast that they do every year. At the preview breakfast, Hasbro invites collectors to, or not so much collectors, I guess, but content creators, influencers to this private event that's held downtown San Diego at the top of a building on the top floor where the views are amazing. You can see everything, you can see the whole city, basically. And they provide breakfast, and you get access to seeing things before anybody else at Comic Con does. And you also get to talk to the toy designers and some of the people that run different departments there at Hasbro. And you also get to see your friends because I've been going to Comic Con for so long now that and I've been doing what I do here through VC and through going to the show, and I just get to meet so many people, and I consider many of them friends. Other YouTubers and podcasters and toy news outlets and Instagrammers and stuff. So it's always a blast. It's always great to do that. I got to meet Brandon from Hasbro for the first time. I'd never met him in person. We follow each other on Instagram, but I never met him in person. So it was really nice to meet Brandon. He seemed really cool. And of course, Chris. We've seen Chris many, many, many times, but also our former Star Wars Hasbro Star Wars friends. Emily and Jing, they were there as well. I was so happy to see them both. I think they're like some of the rock stars of like this whole like toy company sort of arena, and now they're both working on Zelda. So it was great to see them, talk to them about Zelda. I did pre-order Zelda. We'll talk about Zelda in just a little bit. Um, and it just a really fun event. So I had a great time there as always. And I live here locally in San Diego, so for me, it's a hop, skip, and a jump to get there. It's just basically go to the train station, catch the train, get downtown, and I'm there. The whole ordeal is probably like no more than 25-ish minutes or so. So it's very easy for me. Very very fortunate. Um, the weather did start heating up a little bit, and this isn't like abnormal. Like Comic Con week is like every single year. Comic Con week is the week that our weather starts to get a little bit warm. We have very very stable temperatures here in the area, Mediterranean climate, so it's always very nice. But Comic Con week is like some of the tropical storms and hurricanes out like off of Mexico like start forming. We get like the more monsoonal, like the humidity and the mugginess, right? The uncomfortable like mugginess and the heat. So, but yeah, so now that's here to stay until like probably like early September, mid September at least. Then it'll go back to being dry again. But anyway, uh, so yeah, then I went to the convention, to the exhibit hall after that, and I got in line to get my Hasbro exclusives because of course I want to get my exclusives, right? I got a couple, but I couldn't get them all. I'll show you what I got during new acquisitions, but what was sold out? They were sold out of the Professor X. I did want the Professor X Marvel Legends. That was sold out that day. I wanted the ATRT with the ARF Trooper, ARF, and that was sold out. It had, in fact, I was like, if the person in front of me got an ATRT, and then I did not because they got the last one. I was like, I said, "Are you sure there's not one hiding here somewhere, like somewhere around here that?" And no, there wasn't. So I missed those two. Did not get them because they kept selling out each day very early. So I'm gonna have to wait for Hasbro Pulse to get them and try and get them there, which I should be able to. Should be able to. I have a Pulse Premium membership, but anyway, I go around to see a bunch of the booths. I got to see. I was really excited because I got to see some of the booths that were really 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 cool. We're going to talk about this in just a minute. And then Friday was like the most fun day because I go to Comic Con, and that was the day where Marvel Legends had their panel, Hasbro had their panel for Star Wars, and then I got an email because I'm on the press list. I get all these emails about stuff going on in the area. And I get an email saying Green Day is going to be doing like a little surprise thing at Petco Park, which is where the San Diego Padres baseball team plays. So I'm like, okay, I'm dropping whatever I'm doing at Comic Con and I'm going straight over there. And I did. And so they have a movie coming out called Nimrods. And I guess it's loosely based on like when they started the band. And it they had a truck set up where I guess it's a prop from the film, like an ice cream truck, and they were giving out free ice cream. So I got a little cup. It was a long long line, but I got a little cup of strawberry ice cream. Ate it. It was so delicious and refreshing in the heat. And then I go off to the side. I'm just standing there waiting. I'm like, an hour, so an hour. But I'm waiting there, like I'm like, I don't want to miss it. Whatever they're gonna do, even if it's just like they're just gonna like come up and say hi, like to the audience, like the crowd, then I'm cool with that. I just want to see them. But then yeah, a few minutes later, like the band comes up on the stage, and then they do like a 5 minute like acoustic, or just a 5 minute acoustic set, like super short, super brief, but still pretty awesome surprise for Comic Con. Yeah, awesome. And then after that, I went. I took a little break. I had had a little bit of dinner, and then I went to the InArt event. So InArt sent me an invitation to an event that they were having where they were supposedly going to be revealing some new stuff and talking about doing a Q&A. And so they had a little event. And I just got to give a shout out to my pal Susan, who has represented in our. We've had her here on the show before, and just an awesome, amazing person. And we just got to chat about we always chat about like some toys, yes, but also like about life and just so that, really fun. Hi Susan, had a fun time. And yeah, so the in-art event, there wasn't much to see. They gave us dinner, which was nice. They gave us a drink, and they did a little Q&A. They did a little Q&A. And then one thing they did at the end of this is they raffled off. If you guys look at, I'll pull up the pictures in a little bit, but they had so shout out to my pal Philly, who created for this in-art event a Michael Jackson Smooth Criminal, the in-art figure. He created like a whole like display. And he told me, he said, at the end of the night, they're going to give this away. So if you want it, make sure you're like you let them know you want it. So of course, when they announced it, I'm like, yes, right here, I want it right here. And, me being a little, I guess, on the shorter side and off, to the side, I was first, but they were looking at the taller men people. So, anyway, too many people wanted it. So then they said, whoever can guess how many people are here is going to get the, get the Michael Jackson, custom, diorama. I'm like, shoot Magoot. So everybody guessed, or not everybody, a few people guessed. I got close. I was off by 2. It was 128 people, I think, or 200. I guess 128, 126 people that were in attendance. But they should have had a dance off, because I would have suited up, and they could have played Billie Jean, and I would have gone into my like little routine, and I 100% would have I would have gotten that, I would have won. So they should have had a dance off. I mean, right? It makes sense. It's within the theme. Anyway, I missed it, but congrats to the person that got it. So hopefully they're happy with it. Then after that, I went to. I got to give another shout out for this one. This time to Jay from Geek Dad Life, who put on this really amazing toy tubers party. Basically, YouTubers coming together and having a big party, food and drinks and giveaways and laughter, and it was a blast. So thank you, Jay, for having me at the Toy Tubers party. I'll pull up some pictures in a little bit, but man, that was a good time. That was a really, really, really good time. Got to see some of my friends, meet some new friends, and it was a blast. Saturday, I had my my Q&A with Hasbro, which some of you may have seen. Is published on the YouTube channel on Tuesday, and I had fun. I had a good time with that. I was their very last Q&A session, so I had a really good time with that. I think the video, you can kind of see like the rapport and the history and the it just feels effortless and comfortable at this point. So I'm talking to those guys for well over a decade at this point. So you guys have seen, I don't even know how many Q&As I've done with Hasbro at all these events over the years, or online when they used to do it during COVID. They were doing the online Q&As. And then I had my meetup as well, my creator meetup. And that was kind of one of the last things that I did after. Well, I'd had that, then the Q&A. And then I did one more walk through the exhibit hall, and then I'm like, peace out. I'm gone. I'm not coming back Sunday. I'm good. So let me just pull up some images here. I'm going to jump to my Instagram and pull up my profile. Could kind of hear the Texas in my voice come out a little bit there. My profile. And let's see here. Where am I tagged? Here we go. So this picture This picture here was from the Toy Tubers event. So that's me and Mr. Mike Case, who we've had on the show many times. But that was a lot of fun. Lots of folks there from companies like NECA and Mondo, and we had a blast hanging out. Big party, lots of fun, lots of YouTubers. And that's Mr. Ramen Toys right here. Made the canopy on the Batmobiles, which I do own. Here's Raymond. Raymond was on last week's episode of Cantina Social Hour, and it was nice to run into him before his panel. I think actually that was the day before his panel. Here's the diorama right here that I was there's Philly, and this gentleman won the diorama. Yeah, that's the diorama. That's what I was hoping to bring home with me. Would have been easy too. I live locally. Anyway, that's the way it goes, but it's okay. There's Mr. Justin from Justin's Collection. Got to chat with him for a bit. You probably recognize some of these folks from YouTube as well. 1-6 Shooter. Let me jump over to my stuff. Here's some photos from the meetup. So thanks very much to everybody who came to my meetup. This is the 3rd annual creator meetup. The intent with the creator meetup is for a bunch of creators to come together in one place, say hello to each other, get to meet new friends, and then for our audience to come and find us. So it was a little bit lighter this year, I will say. I think last year was probably the biggest one overall. The first year, too, was pretty big. This year was a little bit lighter. I don't know if it's because I held it on a Saturday instead of Friday, but it was still fun. We had a good time. So thanks. There's Anthony right there, Imperial Communique. A couple of friends here, Alan and Zay, Black Series on Instagram, does an awesome photography. Jay from Geek Dad Life. John Miko, of course. There's Austin. He does the Visual Force. He has the awesome photography on Instagram. And Boba Fett Fan Club. It was great to hang out with him. Adam, of course. Nostalgic Adam on Instagram and YouTube. Feel the Force. And just everybody that came out. Thank you guys so much for coming out, meeting up. This was Krista here. If you've seen her YouTube channel, she does a really fun thing with like Grogu. And she dresses him up in all these costumes and has a bunch of plushies, like Grogu plushies and other stuff. So that was fun. That was the meetup. Let's see here. This was the Hasbro breakfast, Ghostbusters. We'll talk about the products in just a minute because that is like our main topic tonight, and I haven't really gotten into that yet. So, and then, yeah, here's the Q&A interview thumbnail there. If you guys haven't watched it yet, you can feel free to watch it. Not during this stream, of course, but after. Anyway, so what I'd like to talk about tonight is some of the best stuff, the coolest stuff that I saw at San Diego Comic-Con this year. Because there is quite a bit. There is quite a bit that I saw. I'm going to take a quick gander into the comments. Actually, I forgot to check them. There's a lot of comments. Wallet postmortem. Yeah, accurate. Action figure report. Hall H. Yeah, I heard all the drama about Hall H. Hall H, that was going on while I was doing my Q&A with Hasbro. That debacle was actually happening. Like the Marvel panel was happening while I was interviewing Hasbro, but I didn't see any of it. I walked by that line on my way to Hasbro and I saw everybody that was in line, but I didn't know the extent of the issues until afterward. Don't crash into my bag. Rick says your interview with Hasbro Star Wars was the absolute best that I watched all weekend. You really got the team to open up in interesting ways and cover it a lot in the time you were given. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that, and I think that it's just I think the rapport and the relationship we've cultivated over the years is really what that is. I just think it's like a comfort level, and it's trust, and it's just an ability to openly hold dialogue, whether there's criticism or praise, but honesty above all. I think that's how and respect. I think if you have honesty and respect, I think you can have a good interview. Wasn't able to get the Jada exclusive. Picobee one says, blue tattoo. How are you, blue tattoo? Do you have a blue tattoo? I don't know. Yeah, Susan is very funny. Darth Malik's missing lower jaw is with us. Hi. How's it going? Akmina for the win. Heck yeah, we need Akmina. Acknowledge Akmina. There's Philly. What's up? Good to see you, Philly. I was just chatting about you. Giving you a shout out for your awesome work at the InArt event. All right, so let's talk about the coolest things, the best of SDCC, the things that I saw that I left thinking, wow, this is pretty awesome. I need to save some money. I need to buy this and pre-order that. So that's like one of the drawbacks of SDCC is that you're seeing all this stuff. And yes, eventually I would have seen a lot of it online, but not quite. It's different when you see it in person. Because then right away, like when you order something online that you haven't seen in person, like you can tell it's going to be cool, right? You can tell if you're going to like it. But when you see it in person, like that hits like at a level in which I need that. I know exactly what I can use that for. Like it's solidified in that moment. So it's a whole different thing. And you're seeing all these things. The FOMO is kicking in because you one of your friends is buying something or ordering something. You might be like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna get that. It's cool. I don't think I need it though. And they're like, well, I'm getting it. I'm getting it too. Like, that kind of thing. So but there was some really awesome stuff. I'm going to start with Hasbro. And we're going to talk some TVC because this was Thursday morning. This was the preview breakfast event that I attended, and this was like us seeing stuff for the first time. So let me go ahead and pull that back up. Jump over to Instagram. Why did I close that tab? I have no idea. Let's see here. Okay. All right, so let's start with this because this is the first thing I looked at when I got there. So when I walked in, I saw these over at the Hasbro Ghostbusters area, and these are brand new. These have never been released before. So basically, what this is those of you who have been collecting, you know about the Ghostbusters line, the Kenner Ghostbusters line, classic line, one of my favorite toy lines as a kid. I love the TV show. I've actually been watching episodes this week because the nostalgia with Mondo and this the Kenner stuff has kind of hit me a little bit. So got the bug. But yeah, so in 2020, Hasbro re-released the Kenner, the 4 Ghostbusters. They released Slimer, they released the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, which I was really happy. I had all of those except for, I didn't have the 2 ghosts, but I had the figures as a kid. They brought them back in the original packaging. And since then, they also did the Fright features, the 4 Ghostbusters. They also did the Ecto Glow series where they did the 4 Ghostbusters and the Ecto one. And then Stay Puft and Slimer and the Ecto Glow, which mine just shipped today. I got the email that they just shipped from Hasbro finally after almost a year. And then, but then they also announced this right here, a 2-pack that's on Hasbro Pulse. It's already her pre-order of Janine Milnitz and Louis Tully. And I was very, very happy to see these. When I walked up to Patrick, who is he's the lead on Hasbro Ghostbusters, the first thing I said was, "Finally," because I was really excited to see these. Yeah, no, they look great. It's really nice to see them. It's going to kind of complete that series for all intents and purposes. These are the two that they needed to release to kind of complete like the core human characters from the show and from the old Kenner line. So I was really happy to see them, and I think it's just really, really cool. Close up here of Janine and Louis. So Louis is, he's cute. He's funny. Look at his socks. And then Janine has, he's got a purple plasma stream, proton stream, and then Janine has a blue proton stream. There's Janine, her pink jumpsuit. Bye. And then the ghosts that they come with, the repaints of previously released ghosts from, I think those were both in the Fright Features set. Really cool to see those. They also, did I put a picture here? No, I did not. So you're going to see all these little guys right here. So basically what they're doing is they're re-releasing, or not really re-releasing, they're releasing the little cans of ectoplasm that they had back in the 80s. And I remember having those and just loving it, because the ectoplasm was a little tube that had slime in it. It had slime, and I could still smell it, like that plasticky smell. I could still feel the texture of it. What they're doing now is they're selling you a case of a bunch of those. It looks identical. The ecto, the slime, the ectoplasm in little cups, but they come in a case. And when you have to buy the whole case, I think. But when you buy the case, you get all these little figures you see here on the table, and those are newly sculpted figurines that come in the ectoplasm canisters. Unfortunately, there's no slime. I made it clear to Hasbro's Ghostbusters guy there, Patrick. I said, hey, I would like this a lot better if it had slime in there. And from what I've read online, it seems like other people feel the same way. Like, the figures are cool, don't get me wrong, but I would prefer to have the slime. I mean, it's just, for nostalgia, whatever. But that's what I would have preferred. Like, figures are neat. I don't feel like I'm going to buy them, though, just because I don't need those. Like, what am I going to do with all those little figures? However, if it had ectoplasm in it, I would 100% buy them. But is what it is. So after that, I walked over to the Hasbro area, talked to Brandon and Chris. And the first thing I saw there was this right here. I'm like, okay, what is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? Caught my attention right away because, X-Wing, but obviously a different colored X-Wing, right? A vintage colored X-Wing. And I'm like, okay, this is interesting. So what is this about? What is this? And so, as you guys know, from time to time, Hasbro has done Kenner repaints. They did it with Boba Fett a few years back. They did it with the droids figures, and then the Ewoks figures, and then they did it with the Cantina creature set that came out last year. Well, they're expanding that to this a vehicle that is basically a TVC vehicle, but now repainted to resemble the Kenner X-Wing. There's been a lot of thoughts about this online. Some good, some not good. And every opinion on it is valid, of course. But it is interesting. I mean, I understand why they're doing it. The Cantina creature set from last year sold really, really well. They sold out. They had to do like an extra couple of production runs on it to meet demand. So it was very popular. Did big business. Steve Evans has said that himself, that it did huge numbers. So I'm not surprised when you're talking money, when you're talking numbers. I'm not surprised that Hasbro would try and keep doing this. Um, it makes sense that they would want to capitalize on that concept. If it is successful in other ways, then maybe they can make money doing it with something like this. And that's exactly what this is. This is capitalizing on something that was successful, and I don't think you can really blame them for that. That's just good business. Nonetheless, there are people not happy about this because, well, it's not what they want to see in TVC, and I get that. Retro collection is its own thing. TVC is its own other thing, but nevertheless, the precedent has been set that occasionally Kenner repaints can be done in TVC, and that's been the case for years. So I'm not too surprised. I would be interested to see how well this does. If it does well, then you can guarantee they're going to do the next thing. I don't know what it's going to be. TIE Fighter, Slave One. I have no idea. But if it's not, then well, that you probably won't see any more of them. I thought it was interesting. I thought it looked pretty cool. I honestly thought it looked pretty cool, just because it does look very Kenner, and it's fun at the very least. You also get Luke Skywalker packed in, and it's interesting because the name till says Luke Skywalker X-wing Kenner colors, and then the figure, as you can see, is repainted to look like the Kenner figure as well, especially the bright blonde hair that you see there. So again, I know there's a lot of opinions on this. I mean, I think it's fun. Would I want to buy a bunch of like vehicles that are repainted for like Kenner style? No. But again, I understand why they're trying something like this. You do get an R2D2 figure. He is not carded. He just comes in there, but it is a full figure. You can take him out and put him back in there. So that was probably the most interesting thing that I saw there for Hasbro. They also had this is the first time the Captain Enoch helmet was on display. You can see that back there. They also had the thermal detonator on display, and that's for sure something I will pick up. Probably not the Captain Enoch, but I will get the thermal detonator, especially since I have the Leia Bush helmet, so kind of need the detonator to go with it. Yeah, so cool stuff. They had some cool Marvel stuff as well, but I also want to mention the we'll talk about the Zelda stuff, because there was some really neat stuff for Zelda. And I didn't really grow up playing Zelda. I wasn't really into the video games. I wasn't huge into that sort of thing. I had a handheld a Nintendo Game Boy back in the like early to mid 90s, and that was about it. Like I just wasn't really into games. My brother had a Nintendo 64, and we would play that together. Do you guys remember a game called Perfect Dark? We used to spend hours playing that. But anyway, that was let me talk about the I'm gonna pull some pictures here. I gotta pull them from my phone because I didn't shoot them over to the computer earlier. Yeah, the Zelda stuff is really cool. I got into Zelda back in, I want to say it was like 2017 when Breath of the Wild came out. That was the first Zelda game I ever played, and I really loved it. Really, really loved it. And then when Tears of the Kingdom came out a couple years back, I was really into that game. And I still haven't finished it. I need to get in there and spend some time on it. But that's when I really got into that's when I got into like interested in Zelda stuff. I still haven't played any other games beyond that. I know there's a lot of like older games too. Maybe one day I'll get to some of those if I'm able, but for the time being, my widest amount of knowledge is really relegated to those two games. So anyway, I'm going to pull up these photos here on my phone. I will shoot them over. I did take 1,000,000 photos, of course. Did I take Zelda photos? I feel like I did. Somewhere. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. Interesting. Thought that I had. Okay. Well, no matter. We'll go ahead and pull them up here on the interwebs. All right, let's see here. So, let's see. I want to find a good link here. No pun intended. I know I said link. No pun intended. All right. Hasbro Pulse. Hasbro Pulse it is. That should have been the first place I looked. All right. Here we go. So there are 3 figures they are starting off with. This one is Princess Zelda. And, oh, she's up for pre-order. I thought they had the pre-orders had sold out, but I guess she's back up. So anyway, these are based on Tears of the Kingdom, which is the more recent of those 2 games. And, the figures look like exactly like the video game. Like in person, they look exactly like the video game, which, of course, is pretty cool. And given that I really, really liked these 2 video games, they were so immersive and fun. I was like, hey, I need to order these. Now, there was someone else that did these figures. I think it was Jack's Pacific and maybe somebody else. And I did buy those a number of years back. But I had not picked up, Hasbro had not been doing them at that point, obviously. But now they are. So here's Link. Link is back up for pre-order as well. Yeah, they just look incredible. Great engineering, pinless joints, really nice. Like the colors look very accurate to the game. Sculpting looks spot on. Accessories are nice. Great posability in these photos. These are going to be fun. These are going to be a lot of fun, especially if you're like into toy photography. I think these are going to be a blast to play with. And then there's also a deluxe figure. So this is Ganondorf. He is the villain. And he's a big boy. I saw the figure. He's a big boy for sure. So yeah. Really, really nice. Yeah, I'm excited. I pre-ordered them from Pulse. Like as I set an alarm, pre-ordered them right away because I didn't want to miss these. And they did sell out. They pre-sold out, but now they're back. So I guess they put them back in stock, or they upped their anticipated production on them. Who knows? But yeah, these are really cool. So I was really excited to see those. Let's see here. I have. Let's talk about this for just a moment. So I'm going to be honest. I was not into this one before I saw it in person. Then I saw it in person. And you guys, this Grogu from Hasbro. This is their big life-size animatronic Grogu. When they announced it, I was like, it looks okay, but it doesn't look as good as the Hot Toys or the Sideshow, and it costs a lot more. So I'm like, I don't really see the point. But they demonstrated it for me, and this is really, really impressive. It is really impressive in person. This Grogu toy, he walks around, he listens for your voice, he heeds some of your commands. Um, Very interactive. I was actually pretty impressed with this. So, I still have no plans at this point in time to buy this, but I was still really excited to see it because of how cool it is. The engineering is really, really good. Um, not going to pick it up. It would take like a really, really good sale for me to get it. But nonetheless, I did want to mention it because the team that worked on this did a very, very nice job. And, credit where credit is due. They also had this thing where if you got to interact, if you got to see this Grogu in person, they were also giving out this little button that says, I met Ultimate Grogu at SDCC. So I did get the button. That's my button, but I did throw it in the washing machine on accident. So it still looks okay. It doesn't look as good, but it still looks all right. But that is totally something I would do. I threw my cell phone in the washing machine one time. I didn't know for like 20 minutes. It still worked. Still worked. So still have it. That was like a year ago. Still have it. Let's see what else. What else? Let's jump over to I didn't show you guys an image of this earlier, so let me just show you a quick picture. This is the thermal detonator. It does light up, does make sounds. I didn't get to play with it or test it out at the show, but I was, again, I do want to pick it up. Let me show you something from the Lucasfilm booth. That was pretty cool. They had it was focused on the Mandalorian and Grogu this year, but this one was fun. They did have the model of Rada here that Jon Favreau made, of baby Rada. It also appears in the movie, and so it was really cool to see this. It was really cool to see this in person because it's just a cute, fun little Rada, like life size, obviously, of what he was like as a baby. I wish they would sell it. So they made a replica of this. Like if Sideshow or somebody made a replica 1-to-1 scale of baby Rada, this baby Rada, I would 100% buy it. So cute. But yeah, the Lucasfilm booth is always neat because they always do have a lot of fun stuff to see from props and stuff from the films. All right, so what else? What is some of the other best stuff I saw? Well, I will tell you. This year marked the very first year that Jazz Inc. Made an appearance at San Diego Comic-Con, and we got to see some of their products in person. And let me tell you, when we saw these online, like this Batman Returns, Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, when we saw these online, like, whoa, blown away. Like, this is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I need it. I pre-ordered it. I went in, I pre-ordered this one here, the deluxe, the base and everything. But seeing it in person really amped up my excitement for this product because it looks so good. It looks just like it does this is the final production figure. It looks so good. It looks so good in person. Like, seriously, it's amazing. Here's a close-up of her. Like, dang, she looks good. Really, really nice. The likeness is just dialed in. The outfit is just, Look at the little cat. The cat is made of felt or something. Like, it has like a soft goods cat, like furry. Like, come on, look at it. It's licking its paw. Look how good that looks. It looks really good. Kind of reminds me of Salem from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, 90s show. Here's Uma Thurman, Poison Ivy, beautiful, and the figure beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. No plans to pick this one up, but I was admiring the figure in person. Man, she's good. If I could buy all of it, I would, but no. Alicia Silverstone, Batgirl, from Batman and Robin. Also very, very nice. Very nice figure. Again, if money weren't, if I could buy everything and I had all the space, I had like a big old warehouse, then yeah, I would totally pick it up. But I don't. The penguins that are really cool. They're also made of that same material that the little cat was made of. Really neat to see them. They look great. And if you want to buy the penguins, you don't have to go through like Spec Fiction or 1/6 Kit. You can buy them directly from Jazzing's website, which is nice. Not sure if I'm going to pick them up yet. Here are the likenesses for the penguin. The penguin also looked awesome. Also looked awesome in person. Julie Newmar Catwoman, stunning, absolutely stunning. I loved seeing this one in person. So the signature edition has her signature has a number 502, so I guess she did number them. This is the Linda Carter Catwoman. This is the Linda Carter Wonder Woman. This one looked good too, but I feel like this one is obviously still a prototype. It's not as advanced as the other two Catwomen are. As the two Catwoman figures are. So this one is in an earlier stage of design. So it needs a little bit of work still. The hair's a little too poofy. The likeness is good, but I feel like it needs a little bit of work. But again, to me, it's pretty obvious just looking at like the silicone body and such that it's not near final yet. So I trust the final product will look a lot better. And they did have some animated figures too. There's Harley Quinn. I don't know how I feel about these, you guys. It looks cool, but I feel like Mondo also makes these in 6 scale, and their versions are based very heavily on the animated appearance, right? That's what they are. They're based on the animated appearance. The Jazz Inc. ones, however, they're a bit of an interpretation of the animation. Not necessarily realistic, but a little bit of like between animated and realistic, if that makes sense. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. I kind of would have preferred they stuck heavily with the animated look, but neat to see nonetheless. The Batcave was really impressive, and I know it doesn't come through in these photos, but these screens, they're digital screens. Like they play clips from the film, like all the newsreels that Batman is watching in the '89 film regarding the Joker and the cosmetics. Like those actually play on these screens with audio. So it was really neat to see this in person. The Bruce Wayne figure looks nice. This is another one that I think, it looks good, but it does look as also like it's still in like a certain phase of development, not final. But the denim pants look nice. You can see his Nike sneakers. Chair has a lot of detail on it. It's got his glasses. The Batcave armory. So it's got the suit in there. You can see it also has the like in the door. You see a lot of the weapons. I can't remember if that was in the film. I know the suit was like. I know we saw this armory, but I don't remember seeing the inside of the door. So I don't know if that was in the film or if that's something they interpreted or found some design concept somewhere. This Batmobile, this is the 1/12 scale Batmobile right here. This is the one that is it's going to replace your McFarlane Batmobile because this is going to be so much better. It's pretty darn awesome in person. And I think he said this one's going to go up sometime soon, like fall. So I'm excited for that. Definitely don't want to miss that. And the coloring looks really nice. To me, the coloring, from what I've seen in photos, at least looks closer to the film than the 6 scale one does. That one was a little bit too glossy, but this one looks way closer to the '89 film. Here's the Batwing. This was their campaign last year. It got funded. I did buy it. I'm making monthly payments on it, so we'll be getting the Batwing. It looks beautiful. A little Batman figure inside there. Looks great. This is the 66 Batcave. Some of the details there for that. And I got to meet Yost. I was really excited to meet Yost in person because, I admire him very much, and I admire his passion for what he does. Jazzing, small family run company, and obviously they do incredible work. So it was really cool to see him. And then I saw him again at the in art event later, and he remembered me. He's like, I said Yost, and he said Victoria. I was kind of happy he remembered me. But anyway, he's a very tall guy. He's like 6'9" or 6'10" or I don't know, something crazy. He's really tall. Really, really tall. Taller than he looks in this photo for sure. So yeah, Jazz Inc., one of the most impressive things that I saw at Comic-Con by a long shot. Let's jump over to Hot Toys. So I got some photos here of the Hot Toys booth, and they had a lot of stuff on display, but they had a lot of Star Wars. I think they had more Star Wars than anything else. So here's Yoda. This is their new Yoda that's coming out in next year. Very nice in person. Commander Gree. What stood out to me about Commander Gree, seeing him in person, was the paint. Like, the paint detail looks really cool. It looks great. There's Stacey Tin. I think you can pre-order him on Sideshow's site. I think anybody can pre-order him now. He was initially like pre-sold out or whatever, waitlisted, but he's back up last I checked, or at least he was a couple days ago. Embo, Hot Toys Embo, pretty nice. This is the upcoming Mandalorian, and gotta say the likeness on this one is way better than the last one. The last one was good. Last one was solid, but this one is a lot better. It's a lot better. It looks so much more like Pedro Pascal, especially the way he looks in The Mandalorian and Grogu. Here's the Luke Skywalker from Shadows of the Empire. He looked nice in person, exactly like you see in the Sideshow photos, the Hot Toys photos. Princess Leia in Bouche disguise. Beautiful head sculpt on this one. The outfit, the tailoring, all that looks really nice on this figure. I'm really excited for that one. Here's our 80s vampire Anakin, based on the concept art of Darkseid Anakin, and he looks really nice. He looks really nice. I do have him on order. I don't know why, but I do. I'm just a sucker for Anakin. Queen Amidala. So this is probably the one I was most interested in seeing in person, because I thought the photos looked good that they published, but also I know I mentioned this when this was announced, but I felt like the likeness was a little bit off. I felt like the details of the mask, helmet, whatever, wasn't quite positioned correctly, and I still think that to be true. I do think the likeness is better in person, but it's still not 100%. I would say it's like 90% there. So I hope they continue to tweak it. I was also surprised to see, because I guess I'd forgotten or I hadn't noticed that the dress actually like lights up. So that was pretty cool to see. This one probably looks like this is one of the best looking ones, like in person. The artisan Qui-Gon Jinn, like he just looks amazing in person. The sculpted one is in the background there, and he looks good too. But I don't know what it is. But seeing him in person, like the artisan one, just looks so much better. I don't know if it's the hair or they painted the face a little bit differently, but it definitely is an upgrade to the previously released one, the 1.0. So I'm really excited for this version of him. That was the snowtrooper there in the background, Commander. Here is Rada the Hutt. Also very cool in person. Again, if space and money were no issues, then I would definitely get him, but I don't think I'm going to at this point. Zeb also looked cool. I'm probably not going to get Zeb unless they do a Rebels version. Ezra, this was an interesting one because I know he doesn't look 100%. The photos we saw initially when they put him up for pre-order did not look 100%. He still doesn't look 100% in person, unfortunately. But hopefully they continue to tweak him a little bit. His skin's a little bit too light, and the lightness is just a little bit off. It's still giving me Greg Brady. So I hope they tweak it just a little bit more. Magna Guard was pretty cool in person. Okay, the 4 scale, the quarter scale Han Solo was really cool. When I saw it in person, I was actually like, wow, this looks a lot better than I thought. But it's still one of those things. It's like, what is it going to go with? Like, quarter scale is I don't have any quarter scale action figures. I have like a couple statues, but I don't have any quarter scale action figures. If I did, I would need this to like work with something, right? Like, is there gonna be a Chewbacca at least? Are they gonna do Leia and Luke in quarter scale? Maybe, I don't know. But having a figure in isolation, if I was gonna have like one quarter scale Star Wars figure, I don't think it would be Han Solo. As awesome as he is, as awesome as his figure is, I don't think it would be Han Solo that I would have. I think I think I'd prefer to have Luke or Leia even, or 3PO or Vader. Vader would probably make the most sense, to be honest. But like, this is kind of a weird one to have like in isolation. So I don't know what their plans are. I don't know if they're going to end up doing more of those or not. What else do I got here? Maul. Nothing to write home about. That's the Artisan Last Jedi. Luke looked very nice in person. Some remnant troopers here. Pretty cool. And then they had the ATRT was really neat as well. It looks like metal and it's big. But then some of the Imperial remnant troopers there. But yeah, that you can see how big the ATRT is. It's pretty big. And then it just so happened that Harold was there. So, or not Harold, Howard Chan from Hot Toys was there. I didn't see him. He wasn't there when I got to the booth, but he had been there. So anyway, yeah, I mean, all the stuff that they had there was really neat. But one thing I will say that was new to the sideshow booth, I've never seen this before, but they actually had like a setup where you could pose, you could try out the figures, and I thought that was actually pretty cool because I saw like a bunch of people, families mostly, that were posing the figures, and they were doing like a contest. Like, you could pose the figure, and if you did a good job, they would you could post it online, and they would have people vote for their favorite one, and then you'd have a chance to win a figure. Oh, there's my Zelda figure pictures. So that was pretty neat. I actually did take some time to do that. And the guy was like, oh, that's how I do it too. That's how I put the accessories in the hands before I put the hands on. Like, I know what I'm doing. But it's kind of fun to watch other people, like, what they would try to do with their poses on those figures. I'm going to drop a couple other photos here from the Hot Toys booth that I didn't have on there, just to see what you guys think of these, because there was some interesting stuff. So let me shoot these over. Man, I took so many photos. See what you guys think, because I saw something I was interested in, but I don't think I'm gonna buy it. But I want to see what you guys think. Maybe you can change my mind, or maybe not. But I want to show you guys nonetheless. Okay, airdropping. All right, let's take a gander here. Okay, so here's sideshows. Lord of the Rings. I had a couple figure Legolas and Faramir here, which InArt has done Legolas, and the InArt one looks amazing. I don't know that this. I mean, I don't know why they're doing that, but they look okay. But I wanted to show you guys the Beetlejuice figures because they actually looked better in person. So here's the version that has previously they did the striped suit version, but now here's the wedding tuxedo version, and it looks pretty cool. I think the likeness looks better than their previous release. But then they also had the Lydia Dietz that they previously had announced, and she looks better in person. I will say that, but I think this new version here looks even better. Wedding gown version I think she looks even better. Like that one's nice, but it looks a little bit like a toy. This one looks more like. This one looks nicer. I don't know where I was going with that, but this one looks nicer. So I'm not sure. I'm thinking about picking this one up. I do have the Hot Toys Beetlejuice that they released last year, and I like it quite a bit. He's pretty awesome. Of course, he's more based on the newer film, but I kind of feel like I don't think it's too noticeable difference. So I think like if I put her, even though the costumes aren't really technically correct to have with each other, but I feel like if I put her with him, it would actually look pretty cool. So I'm thinking about doing that. Oh, here's my Ahsoka that I posed at their little tryout thing where you could pose a figure. Look at that pose. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's a decent pose, right? That ain't bad. Anyway, here's what I wanted you guys' opinion on. What do you think of these Labyrinth figures? I mean, these are by Caustic Plastic. And they look really nice in photos, and they actually do look pretty nice in person. Like the lighting here kind of sucked at the sideshow booth. The convention lighting is horrible all around, but he actually looks really nice. Like when you shine a light on him. This is Jareth here. David Bowie, of course. Looks pretty darn awesome. Pretty darn awesome. There's two versions. You can get him in this Goblin King getup, or you can get him in this outfit from more towards like the end of the movie. And they're both really cool. And this one has there's a deluxe version that has like a base. There's a close-up of him. The hair looks really nice. There's a baby. Toby, is it, if I recall correctly? There's Hoggle. Hoggle looks really cool. I don't think I posted these on Instagram, but yeah, he definitely looks the best, I think, of these figures there. But yeah, I don't know, you guys. What do you think? I'm kind of tempted. I'm tempted to at least get one of the Jareth figures, but I don't know. If it wasn't David Bowie, I don't think I would be too interested, but it is David Bowie, so kind of am interested. So I don't know. The other thing I wanted to show you, there's been a lot of chatter online in recent weeks about Supergirl. So this is the Hot Toy Supergirl, and this is the InArt Supergirl. So initially I thought the Hot Toys one had a better likeness, but InArt before the show, before their preview event, they tweaked the head sculpt a little bit. So I don't know which one looks better. I was starting to think this one did, but on the last day that I was at the show, I went back to this one and I put my phone, like the light from my phone, right on her, and she looked really good. This lighting is horrible right here. This is just like the convention lighting, but when you put like a light on her, right on her face, she looks a lot better. And that just reminded me that a lot of the 6 scale thing is lighting, right? Whether they look good, whether they look bad, like a big part of it is the lighting. You can have good lighting that can really accentuate the detail and make the figure look better, or you can have really crappy lighting that can make it look horrible. So yeah, I don't know. I ended up pre-ordering the in art just because I had already pre-ordered the Superman, and I kind of feel like, well, at least they'll fit in, right? I know the costumes will look very similar. In fact, they had them both on display at the in art event, and they looked right next to each other. They looked really good. So so yeah, let me pull that back up real quick. Yeah, I don't know. Hot Toys one does look really nice though. So, but let me pull up. There's the two of them, the in art version side by side, and like the costumes, like they look really close. Like, I mean, because they're both in art, I don't know. I kind of feel like they should look better than like putting the in art Superman with the Hot Toys Supergirl. But I don't know. Maybe it's close. It'll be close enough either way. You guys can let me know what your thoughts are. But yeah, these are just pictures from the in art event. There she is again. So even here, they had a light. They had like one of those loom cubes, and I took it and I started like angling, like shining it on her face and taking pictures from different angles. And that's why I thought this one was better until I put the light directly on the Hot Toys one's head sculpt. And then I was kind of torn. Like, I honestly don't know which one's better. Another image here of Philly's beautiful diorama. And just look at that with the lighting and everything. Like, man, gorgeous. These are more images from the in-art event. So these are 12 scale. These are 6-inch. There's Bane. Two-Face is coming. Robert Pattinson Batman's coming. I think these are Arkham-based. There's Deadshot. Those two look cool. They're comic-inspired. Like, I don't know too much about some of these other designs. But yeah. Did I say Deadshot? But yeah, these look really cool. I don't know too much about those either, but they look neat. I do want to point out that during their Q&A session, I did ask InArt. I asked him, I said, I asked him, are you guys making another Michael Jackson? Like, because that's what I really want him to do, is to make another one. And they told me, they said they have at least 2 more that they're planning to make. At least. They didn't say it would be more than 2 more. They didn't say it would be less than 2 more. So at least 2 more is what they told me. So you're welcome to speculate what those are. I have some hopes and dreams for that. So I really would love to see it. I mean, I think everybody wants the Thriller, right? Michael Jackson, like that. To me, that makes the most sense. Yeah, give that to me. But then for the other one, I'm not quite sure. Like, I kind of think a bad one would be cool, but I don't know. I'd also be okay with them really leaning into something else, like I don't know, maybe the Super Bowl like version of him, or from one of his Dangerous Era short films would be really cool. Captain EO would be pretty darn awesome, but I doubt Disney would do that, allow him to do that, but I think that would be pretty spectacular. I don't know, but yeah, 2 more at least. So that is very welcome news for me. 2 more at least. All right, what else did I think that's about. Let's see if I have anything else here that I didn't. Just real quick, there's a picture of the Anakin and Asajj TVC from exclusive from SDCC. We'll be going over pre-order and has Repulse. These figures are awesome. I love them. They're really good. Anakin is not the old Attack of the Clone sculpt. He is the newer Revenge of the Sith style / Ahsoka style. sculpt. Asajj is based on the previous Asajj, but she is a retool. The one critique I had is that the lightsabers, the lit up lightsabers, they look like metallic. They have a really nice metallic paint to them, but the ones that hang on their belt do not. It's weird. I mean, maybe you can kind of see it here, sort of. Like the ones here in her belt, they look more plastic, and then the ones she's holding look more metallic. I don't know why they did that. I mean, I do know, cost reasons, right? But and then let's see, what else do I have? Oh, so this Kenner display, Kenner Ghostbuster display was just like punched me in the nostalgia because it looks like, well, it's like a life-size Slimer, which is pretty awesome. But it kind of looked like my living room in the late 80s. All the toys. Look at that. Like this right here, like this evokes strong memories here of going to KB Toys during the late 80s, early 90s. You know, the real Ghostbusters. Like, you know, I wish I could go back in time. I would buy all of that stuff. I'd buy all of it. I would. So I was really happy to see that they did this. Here the Ecto Glows. A lot of that's like vintage stuff. And you know, I did ask Patrick from Hasbro, the Ghostbusters, Patrick, if they still have any of the original molds, and he said nope, they don't. He actually told me that he brings in some of his own personal stuff, and they scan those, and they make the new tools based off of those toys. So I thought that was pretty intriguing. And then let's end here with some Mondo stuff, you guys. Okay. So I think the coolest thing I saw at Comic-Con was this right here. As you guys know, Mondo has been doing the real Ghostbusters in 1/12 scale, 6-inch figures. They've done the 4 Ghostbusters. You could buy a deluxe version that comes with a larger ghost, or you could buy the standalone figure that comes with a bunch of smaller accessories, some smaller ghosts. They put Janine up for pre-order earlier this year. They did the Comic-Con exclusive, the Ecto, the Citizen Ghost episode. Those glowing figures. They put those were the Comic-Con exclusive this year, which I did pre-order, but I don't think I was in the first 1,000 because I haven't gotten a shipping email, and I've heard that other people have, so I'm a little bit worried. I'm gonna have to wait till next year to get my stuff, but whatever. At least I got it ordered, I guess, which is the most important thing. But now they have this coming. So the Ecto one, this is, you know, I showed you guys the Ecto one earlier. I turned the light on and I was like, I love that thing. It's one of my favorite things in the collection. And I'm like, when they announced this, I said, do I really need another giant Ecto one? But then I went to the booth. I saw it in person. I took some photos. And the answer is yes, I really do need another Ecto one. This Ecto one, you guys, is freaking cool. It is one of the coolest toys I've ever seen. And this one was a 3D print. It is badass. It is amazing. And I know it's going to be very, 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 very expensive. It's probably going to cost more than the HasLab did, but I'm here for it. You get the Ecto 3. It comes with a packing of Slimer. And then you also get an interchangeable front end of the car with the possessed version. The whole roof comes out off so that you can put your figures in there. The inside is fully detailed. You can see that there's a Peter sitting in there. And the Ghostbusters logo looked really nice on there too. There's the interior. It looks so much like the animation. There's Janine sitting in the back, which, by the way, I missed the limited pre-order window on Janine, unfortunately. Totally my fault. I slept on it. But if anybody has a lead on an extra, please hit me up, because that's going to be like the one thing I need that I missed. So anyone knows anyone or it has a lead on that, please let me know. Have an extra, please let me know. You also get this pack in Ghost that comes in with the Ecto 1. And let's jump back here for a moment. I love the Slimer they put on the top. So if you recall the opening of the show, it shows Slimer on the top of the Ecto 1. So it's cool that they included that version of the figure with like the motion lines on the back of him. But yeah, they're also doing the Lewis Tully for this series. So that is pretty cool. Comes with Grundle. And then here are the smaller packing ghosts there. Slimer again, this time with a proton pack. And then this little cutie right there. But yeah, that looks cool. That looks cool. I'm definitely going to not sleep on that pre-order. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, I don't think I need to go into too much detail on the TVC stuff. We got the Amani guard. We saw some of the upcoming wave. If you watch my Q&A, Hasbro was really kind to do a little product preview with me at the beginning of that video, showing me the Rod of the Hut for TVC, which is awesome. He feels really nice. They showed me some new carded figures like Padme, the Battle Droid Commander, Super Battle Droid, Obi-Wan from Attack of the Clones, Battle Damaged Padme from Attack of the Clones. That whole wave looks great. And Black Series, and you got the Rada as well with the moving eyes. Super cool. A lot of great stuff to come out of SDCC, but I gotta say, at the end of the day, the things that impressed me the most were the Jazz Inc. booth and then the Mondo booth. And I didn't even talk about the TMNT. Like, they had some really cool 6-scale Ninja Turtles over at the Mondo booth, which I was really impressed by, because at the panel they said that with the 6-scale TMNT, that Paramount Pictures actually gave them permission to go back to the 90s films and continue that story through their toys, which I just think is pretty awesome, because, you know, if you're my age, then, you know, you probably loved those films as a kid. And so to see them continuing to tell that story through toys, the continuation of that story, I thought was pretty special. I thought was pretty darn special. They also showed had Shredder on display at the booth. But yeah, I mean, pretty awesome. And I'll just pull one up as an example here. But this is the Donatello. This isn't the timed edition. This is the basic edition, which you can pre-order. I think you might be able to just buy it. It might be in stock already. But yeah, so pretty cool. $235, but it is hella impressive. And all of these in person look amazing. Like, they look great in pictures. It looks amazing at the booth. All the interchangeable heads and accessories. Like, I don't know, you guys. I'm really tempted to go in on these, but again, if you buy all the turtles, that's like going to be another $1,000. I was like, money I wasn't planning on spending, but shoot, I mean, they're pretty darn awesome. 10 inches tall. I mean, yeah, they don't have the timed edition, but you could still get the figure with most of the same stuff. And then they're the Shredder, and then Rocksteady and Bebop were announced. So much cool stuff. So yeah, anyway, the coolest stuff I saw came from Jazz Inc. and Mondo by a long shot at this year's SDCC. Really, really cool stuff. I'm really excited for the Ecto one. If I had to pick one item, I think that Ecto one takes the cake for me. It's like the coolest thing I saw this year. I'm gonna have to start saving my pennies, because I know that's not gonna be cheap, but gotta have it. I mean, I love that stuff. The animated stuff is they're so good. So good. The ghosts, everything, amazing. Anyway, I see that there are a crap load of comments that I need to respond to, so I'm gonna jump in here real quick. Take a gander. won't highlight all of them because there's so many, but I will do my best to cross them out. J Dog the Hut, how's it going? Watching from Wisconsin, thank you. Some comments about the X-Wing that, should be a retro collection type thing. Oh, this is interesting. So the markings are from Biggs. Okay, that's interesting. Mudhorn Station. I thought it was based on the Kenner one, so I don't really know how that worked. Maybe the Kenner one had Biggs' markings. I'm not sure. Philly says Donkey Kong Country. I never played that. My brother had the Donkey Kong for that Nintendo 64, and that was fun. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom are two of the best games ever made, Rick says. Ooh, Rick's opening the ATRT that I missed. I'll get it on Pulse. I'm not worried about that. Thank you for that clarification, Rick. Figma. Very nice. Mr. SW1138. Hey, Victoria, longtime Star Wars fan, first time viewer, and obviously first chat message. Well, thank you for being here. Really appreciate you. Thank you for visiting us here in our little cantina. Give into the dark side and push the buy button. I remember what we're talking about, but it sounds fine to me. Hey, Alex, good to see you. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do blasters, Dodgson. I don't think Hasbro will do blasters. Master Replicas did blasters, and they're awesome many years ago. But I don't think we're going to see blasters, unfortunately. The back girl at SDCC looked really good. Hey, Allison has fun. Which one? Regal Robot has the Baby Rada for sale. What? Don't tell me this. Yeah, tell me this. Yes, tell me this. But yeah, Qui-Gon, Artisan Qui-Gon is exceptional for sure. Adam says Hot Toys Ezra is his top disappointment. I understand that. Chewy 1/4 scale teased. Okay, I must have missed that. Thank you for telling me that, Charlie. Charlie also says the red dress is striking. Time to buy. Okay. Thinking about it. Do you know who the executive producer was? Tell me. Oh, okay, yeah. That's right. Mary says if she were getting Supergirl, she would go with In Art. Bad. You say they should do bad, Charlie? I think that'd be cool. Yeah, Remember That Time would be awesome. That would be my pick, actually. After Thriller for the In Art Michael Jackson, Remember the Time. I doubt they would do it, but it would be amazing. From what I've been able to read between the lines, the Michael Jackson estate isn't allowing them to do just anything. Like they're only approving certain outfits, certain looks. But if they did that one, like I hope they would do that. I'd love that because we don't have one that looks like that yet. Yeah, this would be cool. Okay. Well, that was Comic-Con. Great year. Let's do it again next year. We're going to move on to the next segment of the show. We're going to talk in a non-spoilery fashion for just a couple minutes here about Spider-Man Brand New Day. I went to the theater to see it yesterday. In preparation for it over the last couple of weeks, I've been rewatching Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, Spider-Man No Way Home, and kind of getting amped up for it. And I went into Brand New Day with a lot of anticipation. Batman is my favorite superhero character, but second is Spider-Man. So I had, high expectations. I went to this movie yesterday, and I gotta tell you guys, this movie for me was a 10 out of 10. It was a 10 out of 10. It was pretty incredible. Again, not going to get into details, no spoilers, nothing like that. But I do want to emphasize that if you're, hopefully you're not, but if you are on the fence as to whether or not you should see this in an actual theater, like make that your highest priority in terms of like movie going experiences. Don't wait for streaming. There's so much in this film that needs to, that I think probably can only be appreciated by seeing it on a large screen. And when you see this film in theaters, you'll know what I mean without me having to get into it right now. You'll know what it is. But man, there was so much. This film is so different from the first three in the series. It's, if the first three were more of like a, high school oriented sort of Spider-Man Peter Parker story, like this new film feels like it's the start of like a brand new kind of trilogy. Like the tone was more mature. It's a darker film, and I don't just mean that in terms of like the thematic elements of it, but also it, like the actual color of the film. Like it's more like there's more grays. It's a little bit darker, a little grittier, and I think that's what I really appreciated about it, is that they didn't rely on the formula of the first three films. They took it to the next level. It's a more grounded film, and it feels a lot more like there's things that are going to really remind you of like the earlier Spider-Man films, like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, probably even more so the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man. But this movie fired on all cylinders. Um, I've had kind of, I haven't loved a lot of what Marvel's done in recent years. There's been some good films, but there have also been some that have just like been pretty bad. um this is the best one I've seen in a long time. It was really, really good. Just, I love that the film, you think back to other superhero films where the villains were like the most like flamboyant and attention grabbing, and there are things like that in this film, but it focuses so much more on Peter Parker and on Spider-Man and his journey and his adventure. And to me, that was really important for them to capture, and I think they did a really commendable job capturing that. Like it really focuses on him and all the things he's going through, and new phase of his life, and how to deal with trauma, and how to overcome like that's all in there. The usually heroic type stuff, but it was just such a really well made film. Like visually it's striking, it looks fantastic. The storyline is really, really good. It wasn't exactly where I thought it was going to go, but I actually think they did a better job than where I thought it was going to go. They took it in this other direction, and it was really good. And I got to say that the theater going experience for this, like I said, you got to see it in the theater. You have to see it in the theater. But it felt very communal. Like everybody that was there was joyful and happy and excited to see this. It felt like an event. The thing I can most, the last film that really felt like an event to me, I want to say probably it was Avengers Endgame. I mean, like that was an event, right? I'm trying to think of what's been released since then that felt like that captured that sort of. This was a packed house. It was a sold out. It's really hard to get tickets right now, by the way. And Everybody that was there, it was, you could hear a pin drop for most of that movie, which was pretty incredible. It was, one of those movies you're just on the edge of your seat for a lot of it, and you're just processing. I need to see it again. I already have a ticket to see it again next week because I need to see it again. I really, really liked it. It's probably my favorite. I don't know if it's my favorite Spider-Man movie. I can't say that quite yet, but I think it's probably, I love Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire, and like Spider-Man 2 is just like, one of the greatest superhero films of all time, but this is pretty close for me. I also loved No Way Home. Thought it was amazing, but this is a really good film. It's really well made, cinematography, music, costuming, design, like all that stuff, like characterizations, like great movie. It's a great movie, and I'll leave it at that. But definitely go check it out. Don't miss it. See it on the biggest screen you can, and have a fun, movie going experience with other people, and just have a good time. Like really, I'd love to talk about it some more, but again, we're gonna leave it at that. Thank you for indulging my little non-spoiler review there. Ooh, Off the Wall. That's a good one. Rick says, have not seen Supergirl yet. Maybe this weekend here at home. The new Spider-Man movie is exceptional. I took my son with me to see it yesterday. Great time. Yeah, I like Supergirl. I know it hasn't done too well, but I actually really like Supergirl. Not anything near as close as Spider-Man Brand New Day, but I thought it was a fun movie. I thought it was fun. Britt is seeing Spider-Man tomorrow. Sci-Fi Dude approves. Dodson says, I don't know. That's licensing. That is licensing for you. Sci-Fi Dude seeing it tomorrow. Dodson, is it as peak as everybody says? Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's all I'm going to say. But yeah, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Like, I really can't think of any way this movie could have been. I mean, if I have any nitpicks, they're really minor. But it was solid. It was really solid. I can't wait to see like more Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. Like really, he's just the best. Whole cast, honestly. Anyway, we're gonna end it here with our final segment of the evening. All right, not gonna leave you guys hanging any longer. Here we go.
Good. New acquisitions.
All right, so this is the time of the night where I talk about things that I've recently acquired into my collection, and you guys tell me things that you've acquired into your collections in the chat. I will then read through them, and we'll talk about what we've added to our collection. So I'm going to go. So when I went to the Hasbro preview event, they gave us a goodie bag that had a bunch of stuff in it, and there was some cool stuff in there. Not a whole lot that I collected. There was like a Black Series Embo. There was a Marvel Legends Punisher, and some other stuff. And then there was I got a My Little Pony. I don't buy My Little Pony, but I have a My Little Pony now. So this is a new acquisition. This is from a series of 4. My Little Pony 40 Years, Celestial Ponies. These magical ponies zip around the universe like shooting stars and bring happiness and hope wherever they go. So there are 4 ponies in this series: Aurora, Polaris, Nova, and Milky Way. And I grabbed Nova. So I was going to open her up, do a little unboxing here, which I'm sure My Little Pony, super exciting for you guys. But it looks like there's a zip tie sort of thing on her. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get her all the way out. Yeah, there's like some little plastic things I need to cut with scissors or wire cutters, so won't be able to get her all the way out. But anyway, I'll open her up after the show. But yeah, here she is right here. Nova. I really don't know much about My Little Pony, but I know that one looks kind of cute. Um, I only bought 2 items in the entirety of Comic Con, which is probably the least I've ever bought. But anyway, of course, you guys have seen. I did get the vintage collection, Gendy Tartakovsky Clone Wars micro series, Anakin Skywalker versus Asajj Ventress, and this box is fun. It basically looks like a television set from uh, the 90s. And I also got the real Ghostbusters Ecto Glowcopter vehicle with Lewis Tully. This is expensive, you guys. This was like close to $60. I'm like, really? Like, why would it have to be that expensive? I don't know. It also says it has the meanie weenie ghost. Yeah. So I'd buy all of the Kenner reissue stuff. I think that one has some newness to it though. That's all I got. Those are my acquisitions from Comic Con. So what do you guys have? What do you guys have? Tell me. Was I inspired to get any Spider-Man merch? Well, I'm gonna wait on the Hot Toys. I'm gonna see if they come out with like a definitive one that has like a head sculpt, because the one they have out now doesn't have a head sculpt for the movie. But figure wise, I have the Punisher now because Hasbro gave him to me. But I might get the Marvel Legends Spider-Man and Hulk. The Spider-Man though I don't really like because his costume's really dark on the figure. So yeah, unfortunately not really. Let's see. It's been a while since I've seen the last one. Should I watch it again? I would, if you can. I would probably try and rewatch the first 3 Spider-Mans. Like, I don't think you need to rewatch the Avengers, but yeah, I might if you have the time. If not, I don't think you. I don't think it's like 100% necessary. You've seen them before. Victoria, if you could play live, who do you want to open for? Oh, if I could do like a live show? Who would I want to open for? I mean, I kind of feel like it would need to be similar music, right? Or no? Shoot. I mean, I would if music style did not matter and I could open for anybody. I mean, how awesome would it be to open for? It'd be pretty awesome to open for like a just thinking about like the kind of music like Sounds of the Cantina. Like it'd be pretty awesome to open for like a pop act. I think like Ariana Grande or Billie Eilish or something like that. I think it would be pretty awesome. Darth Malik's Missing Lower Jaw says, nothing new recently. Black Series Ventress Bounty Hunter. But good news, my Hot Toys Cassie Andor will be shipping on Monday. You know what else is shipping, you guys? Did anybody get a shipping notification for the Hot Toys Artisan Anakin Skywalker? The dark side version with the yellow eyes. Did anybody get I got an email from them saying that was going to be shipping like next week. So I'm curious if it was just because I haven't seen any reviews for that on YouTube at all. Like not even like Justin's Collection or any of those guys. I have not seen that for a review. So I'm like, how am I possibly going to get that next week? That doesn't make any sense. So I don't know if it was a mistake. What's a good deal on Amazon right now? Tell me. Anakin Skywalker, Godzilla 1975. Hello. Bigobby wants says, I want the 2-pack. Yeah, Hazard Pulse. I forget the date, but it'll be next month. Britt says, a lot of Black Series stuff arrived this week. Darth Treya and Darth Nihilus, Jedi Temple Guards 2-pack, Jane and Jason Solo, Darth Malik, Rookcast, Devin Izara, and 11th Brother. Is Darth Malik missing his lower jaw? Because I think it's here in the chat tonight. Mary says she got TVC Mando Zeb, eBay for some older Beast of the Mesozoic faves. Like, girl. Yeah, I'm really into those. I have been really into those as of late. Sauron Ithalestes, Linraptor, and Styracosaurus. I think I have all of those. Those are awesome toys. Mars Toys, Mr. W16, Keaton Bruce Wayne. Ooh, that's awesome. Good stuff, Mary. Darth Ray, I got 2 more Black Series 2 packs this week. Solo Twins and Walmart clones. Dogma and hard case. Allison got Black Series Jane and Jason. Sci-Fi Dude says, I'm super excited for Wave 2. 3 3/4 inch Battlestar Galactica figures. Adam says, I think I just got the Black Series Solo Twins and Hot Toys Hera. Oh, the Black Series Imperial Warlord from the Mando Grogu movie. Nice. I saw that one at Target yesterday. Rick says, new stuff, SDCC ATRT, SDCC Professor X, SDCC G.I. Joe, Fatal Fluffy? New Star Wars Retro Target box set, new X-Men Target Onslaught, Ramen Toys Mask Manta with Vanessa and Marvel Legends Mephisto. Very nice. Very nice. That's quite a lot of stuff. You got a lot of those exclusives already. That's cool. Alex says, I just placed a few items on pre-orders. NECA, Big Bird, and Oscar the Grouch. Sci-Fi Dude says, I received my 3 3/4 inch Galen Merrick Raxu Prime. 3 figures away from completing my red blade team. Nice. Let me find the rest of my body. It's funny. Oh, yeah, there's Dodgson. What did you get, Dodgson? You got to tell us. We can't end the show until you've told us what you got. And also, I got to emphasize that I said the show is going to be about an hour-ish. Nope. Here, we're still here. We're still here, you guys. Surprisingly, this little mini Coke hasn't gone completely flat yet. All right, let's see. We're just waiting on Dodgson. See what he's gotten this weekend. I wonder how many, will it be 1 chat? Will it be 2? Will it be 3? We just don't know. We never know. Or it could also be a pocket full of flies in air. Allison says, an hour would have had me watching the replay. Just got home from Foreigner. Skinner. Ooh, how was that? That sounds fun. Did they play Freebird? I have a joke about that song, but I can't really say it on during the stream. Good to know. That's awesome. Picturing Josh furiously typing. You know what I'm imagining? Have you ever seen like those little like memes of like the cats, like the little videos of the cats typing like this with their paws? Like that's what I'm imagining right now. Dodgson's going like that. Little cat memes. Nice. Dodgson says, last Saturday at the swap meet, I got to put on a voice for Dodgson. Last Saturday at the swap meet. No. Dodgson doesn't sound anything like that. I don't know what Dodgson sounds like, actually, so I have to make it up. Last Saturday at the swap meet, I've snagged a JP Dinosaurs 1999 electronic raptor, JP3 React Attack Spinosaurus, JP3 Helicopter Pilot, JP3 Brachiosaurus, JP Series 1 Raptor, Part 1. Ooh, Part 1, you guys. There's going to be at least another chat. Sci-Fi Dude says, still need 1 more 3 3/4 inch Galen and Darth Nile, Darth Malevel. PW1 says, new acquisitions. I got Black Series Clone Commander from a whole bunch of Micro Squad and Galaxy, including the Remnants. Added, and I got a pair of the $17 Doritos off Amazon. Incredible deal. Rick says, I have a prediction based on getting Clone Wars, SDCC, and ATRT in the hard case, and Dogma from the Umbara story. I think we're going to be finally give us Krell in both Black Series and TVC. That would be something. Dodgson is the cat meme, except he's a Velociraptor. Mr. Star Wars 1138. It feels like it's been a while for everything Black Series. T-Mag figures, Zeb, and other figures I'm not as excited about. Can't wait for more OT and PT figures. Victoria, play Freebird. My guitars are in the other room. I don't have them here. Can air guitar it though. Anyway, come on, Dodgson. He's going even faster now. The cat moon's going even faster now, like that. And my dog is still asleep. This whole 2 hours she's been asleep, but she's not snoring anymore. Actually, she's not even in her bed. She's decided to get out of her dog bed and sleep on the hard wood floor. Okay, if that's what she wants to do, we'll wait. Go get them. I should play one of these days. I should bring the guitar out and start playing. I should do that. I haven't played the guitar in like a month. But I should do that one of these days. There he is. JP Series 2 Stegosaurus Hatchling, the Lost World Baby T-Rex Hatchling. That was offered $12. Then Sunday, I went to a different swap meet and snagged a JP3 Pteranodon for $10. Awesome. I think that's it. Right, Dodgson? I think that's it. Cat Velociraptor. Nice. Velocicaptor? I don't know. All right, I think those are all the new acquisitions. I don't see anything else. My friends, thank you so much for being here with me. 2 hours and 13 minutes here. Cantina Social Hour, Friday night. This is our first Friday show in a while, and we're back to our normal Friday schedule, like I said. So I'm very excited for that. Genuinely, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate you being here. Thanks for listening to my announcement about Sounds of the Cantina Volume 2. Thank you for hearing my recap of San Diego Comic-Con 2026 and the coolest toys that I saw, and my Spider-Man Brand New Day non-spoiler review, and new acquisitions, of course. So we will be back next week, same bat time, same bat channel, 7 p.m. Pacific. And you can count on me not being on time because that's just the way we roll. I won't be on time. It's not going to happen. If it did, it would be raining cats and dogs. The cows would start giving Pepsi. It would be mayhem. It would be rivers of blood. It would be cats and dogs living together. It would be all that stuff. So anyway, you guys, really, really appreciate you. Thank you for spending your time here in the cantina. All the Cantinians this evening, you've been fabulous. Dodgson has closed the soda fountain. And we are going to end it there. Good show, you guys. Hard to do these long shows by my lonesome, but we trudged through, and you bared with me. So thank you for putting up with me. I will see you guys next Friday. I will see you guys next Friday. And I will see you guys until then on the interwebs talking about some new stuff. And I got some more pictures coming up on Instagram of the way I've been redoing the collection. New video, too. I'm working on a new video for that in the coming weeks. I know I mentioned that last week, but I am working on that. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Unless you have any other questions, but no, I think we're good. No matter where you're tuning in from out in the galaxy, thank you for watching Cantina Social Hour. Be well. Be safe. May the force be with you. Spread positivity. Spread love. Spread kindness. Costs nothing to be kind. Please be kind to one another and respectful and optimistic. I will see you guys next Friday. Love you guys.